All right, perfect. Say and spell your name. Yeah, you're not. Say and spell your name and give me your title.
My name is Allison Walls, and I'm Communications Manager here at Pittsburgh International Airport.
Okay, great, Allison. So tell us about the day after Christmas. Obviously, we know it's one of the busiest travel days of the year. So tell us a little bit about how this morning went as far as lines and getting people in and out, etc.
Well, we did have some long lines this morning, as I'm sure those who were traveling noticed. They stretched clear back to the Hyatt hotel that we have here, which is a little unusual, but it is a very busy day. We're expecting about 31,000 travelers to travel through the airport today, so that's departing and arriving. And of course, we always suggest that you allow 2 hours before your scheduled departure, especially if you're checking a big bag, if you're printing boarding passes, if you're traveling with a large group. Just give yourself enough time to get here and do all the things that you need to do and get through a little bit longer security lines than usual. And it's also important to note that TSA has implemented some new screening requirements that are taking a bit longer amounts of time for people to get through. And if you're traveling with any electronic device larger than a cell phone, so that's Kindles, that's laptops, anything larger than a cell phone, it has to be taken out of your carry-on bag and placed in a separate bin. Also, if people are traveling with large amounts of food or snacks, those will be pulled aside for additional screening. So those are the kinds of things that can take extra time and really add to the line. So I'm sure for all of those holiday travelers, they may be heading home with cookies or snacks or something from mom or grandma. So just keep that in mind and maybe try to limit those items as much as you can in your carry-on and review all the rules with what you can put in your carry-on.
Is that number of the people traveling in and out of the airport today a typical number, or higher or lower than usual?
That's almost double the amount than usual, so that's why you're also, seeing some of the longer lines. And we expect to be as busy through the end of the year, through January 2nd. Our busiest departure time is in the morning from about 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. So that's when you will typically see a lot of long lines. And, people are kind of just waking up. They're kind of still sleepy at that hour. So just make sure you give yourself plenty of time.
Has there been any incidents this holiday season, whether it be, danger to passengers, any heightened security or anything like that? Or are we pretty golden here for the holiday?
I think everything has been running smoothly and as normal as we expect that it would during this busy time. I do know that today, because of all the snow, the lake effect snow up by Erie and Cleveland, I think Boston and the East Coast, they're getting some high wind, they're getting some snow. So I do know that there are airport delays at those airports due to weather. So that's also something people want to check before they head out here to Pitt. Check what the weather is in the city that you're traveling to. You can check flightaware.com. It's a website that shows airport delays and flight delays and cancellations, and check immediately with the airline that you're traveling on to see if there's any issues before you head out to the airport.
Sure, that's some great info. And you guys are obviously doing some construction. You're expanding here at the airport. We saw a new Starbucks on the way in, and you mentioned the Starbucks on the air side. So just talk a little bit about some of those things that, people who are waiting for those delayed flights and things like that can take advantage of.
So we really are trying to improve the passenger experience here, the customer service experience. We do have some construction happening right over here. There will be a Dunkin' Donuts that will be new to landside that will be coming. We expect that that's going to be very popular with travelers. Actually, here, our security checkpoint will be changing with our new $1.1 billion terminal modernization program that was announced in September. We will be creating a lot more capacity at the checkpoints. Right now, we have our main security checkpoint and the alternate one that is upstairs and across the street. So really trying to consolidate and make our security checkpoints more efficient through our modernization program. That's something that we'll be working on in the coming years.
So if you had to give travelers who are coming here through the new year just, one sentence of advice or something that they, should definitely check out before coming, what would you tell them?
So it's an airport and it's airlines, and you are not in control of anything in the process. So you really have to plan ahead, give yourself enough time, and just be ready for anything. So that's probably the best advice I have. Try to be as flexible as you can. Usually because things don't always go perfectly with weather, with the time of year. So just take all of that into account and try to have as much holiday spirit as possible.